Hello students, today's our topic is Dust of Snow. Poet is Robert Frost. Before starting the poem, let's have a look about the few things about who is Robert Frost. Robert Frost is a very famous poet who has written number of poems. From that, his one of very famous poem today we are going to study, that is Dust of Snow. Robert Frost has mainly written poems which are nature oriented or human feelings oriented. His writing most of all depicting about the original feelings. He never talk about decorative things. He loved to express the things in which condition they are. As it is, he is trying to keep in front of the reader. So one of his famous poem today we are going to learn, that is Dust of Snow. I'll read the poem once for you. Before starting the poem, just tell me one thing, that have you ever heard about the thing like if any cat will cross your road, then the work for which you are going will not be completed, or you will get negative vibes because of this action, like a cat crossing a road, and because of that this will happen. Do you believe all these things? If yes, then the poem is for you, and if no, then also the poem is for you, because writer's point of view we are going to study through this poem about such things. So let's start with the poem. I'll read poem once for you. Dust of Snow. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given me heart a change of mood, and saved some part of a day I had rued. So poem is very small, it's just of 2 stanzas as you are able to see. Let's go line to line. So what the first stanza tells us? I read it again for you. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. See, in this first stanza, we are able to understand about two things. First thing is a crow, and second thing is hemlock tree. As you all are aware about crow, but maybe you are not aware about hemlock tree. So hemlock tree is a bad omen. How and why it is called a bad omen? Because it's a poisonous tree. If any good sign any poet or writer wants to show, then for that sign or symbol he will never use hemlock tree. But here Robert Frost has used term hemlock tree. And the second thing, crow. In Indian culture also, crow is used to show or a symbol of death or darkness or bad thing. So in this way, these two bad omens are togetherly used in first stanza. The first bad omen is crow and the second one is hemlock tree. So what the poet says, because of some reason he was standing under a tree, and at that time that tree is a hemlock tree and a crow was sitting on the one of the branch of that tree. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So here we need to imagine something. What we need to imagine is, because of some reason or because of any activity of that crow, some snow, dust of snow was fallen from that branch of hemlock tree over the head of our poet. So this action was happened into the first stanza of poem. Let's see what happened next. Has given me heart a change of mood. So what further he said, because of this thing my mind is changed. What was the change? And save some part of a day I had rued. So what he said, that because of this action what happened, my day which was not really very good, or my mood which was not really very good, it became good. My mood changes. How all of a sudden his mood changed, and how, from which activity we are able to understand that his mood was not good? See children, when we are unhappy we are able to see all unhappy things around us, or when our mood is not really good, at that time the same thing we feel about others as well, or we feel like all should be quiet and no one should disturb me and all these things. Okay, this is your day to day observation about others also and for you also. Here what happened, poet was talking about crow and hemlock tree in first stanza. Through that we are able to understand that he is talking about something which has negative vibes. Negative vibes are coming from hemlock tree and crow. In second stanza, he says that as some dust was fallen over me because of the crow from the hemlock tree, means from both the bad omen are involved in this activity. Hemlock tree, as I already told you, is a bad omen, and the second thing is crow is also a bad omen as per the culture we can call, or the traditional things which we are following, or the things which we are listening from generation to generation. From that, these both the things are bad omen. So from the action which happened because of two bad omens gives a positive result. How the result was positive? Because he said in second stanza that his mood, which was not really good, is now better. And because of that activity, my remaining day which I rued, like I'll spend it in regret. What is the new word here? That is rude. I'm going to have a regret about my whole remaining day. So that will not be there. Because of whom? Because of dust of snow which is falling on his head, which had changed his mind completely, which had changed his mood completely. I hope you understood the main concept and the theme behind this poem. The poem is very short, which is of 8 lines, 2 paras, 1 para, 4 lines. So the first stanza, what happens? Poet was standing under a tree, under a hemlock tree, and a crow was sitting over one of its branch. Because of his activity, his movements, or he shattered his wings or something else, some snow fallen on his head, and it changes. In second act stanza, he had informed us that this thing had changed my mind, this thing has changed my mood, and my whole day become good, which was not really good previously. This is what the poem. So now I'm going to tell you few things about rhyming schemes we can call, or the which are the figure of speeches are used in this. See, first important thing, if you will have a look in your poem, we are able to see here enjambment. That is, same sentence contributed in 4 steps, 4 lines you can call, not steps. And the second thing you are able to see is alliteration. You all are very much aware about the alliteration, where words are same at the starting letter placed very closely. If you are able to see poem, then the example we can have here, see the line number, has given my heart, alliteration, h has given my heart. So this is the figure of speech used here. Third thing is consonants. Consonance is what? Repelling the consonant sound. See the last line at the end, mid, and the start also. Of a day I had rued. So it sounds something similar. Had, rued. It sounds consonant sound coming at had also at the end, and rude also at the end. I told you previously what does rude means. Rude means having regret about something. While talking about the rhyming schemes, just see first stanza. You will be able to see their rhyming scheme AB, AB. In second stanza, rhyming scheme is CD, CD. So the total rhyming scheme is AB, AB, CD, CD. So in this way, the poem is about the bad omen, crow, and hemlock tree. Hope you are clear about the thing. Now let's talk about few important questions which can come from this poem in exam. It's easy when you will get a stanza, and writing objective depend on that. But it is going to be very difficult to write 8 marks question depend on this 8-line small poem. Hope you are understanding the thing. Because of this, you need to be very thorough about the theme. See children, while writing poem, it is very important to get its theme, not the word to word meaning. It's different from prose, and it is different from for prose, and it is different from poetry while writing question and answer. So what question can come in exam? Question can come like through which you are able to understand that poet's mood was not really good. In lines you will not be able to understand the answer, but the answer will depend on its meaning. That writer's mood was not, poet's mood was not really good, and what, or in place of that, or you can get a combined question also, or through which action or because of what his mood change. This also can be the question. Second thing is like write a summary. As it is summary will come, that write the theme of this particular poem. In that case you should be you should have knowledge about who is the poet and few things about the poet as well. Next thing is why poet has used here hemlock tree and crow, or opposite thing can come like what it shows, what is the presence of crow and hemlock tree shows in this poem, or what is the role of these characters, or why they are called as a bad omen throughout the poem. So these type of questions can be there, and we had already had a talk about figure of speech, we have discussed rhyming scheme, we have discussed summary also, and the question and answer. Overall I just want to tell you in short, ये poem है पोएट, जिसमें पोएट एक ट्री के नीचे खड़ा हुआ है। वो ट्री कौन सा है? हेमलॉक ट्री है। हेमलॉक ट्री एक बैड ओमेन है। बैड ओमेन क्या होता है? जिसके बारे में और जिससे हमें निगेटिव वाइब्स मिलती है। तो ऐसे हेमलॉक ट्री है जिसके ऊपर एक कौवा बैठा हुआ है। उस कौवे की किसी मूवमेंट की वजह से पूरा थोड़ा सा स्नो पोएट के ऊपर गिरता है, और उस स्नो के गिरने से उसका जो मूड खराब था वो क्या होता है? अच्छा हो जाता है। जिस तरह से कुछ छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हमारे लाइफ में भी कुछ अच्छा कर देती, या फिर बहुत छोटे छोटे इंसिस्टेंस की वजह से हमारे मूड खराब हो जाता है, दिन खराब हो जाता है, वी आर थिंकिंग फॉर होल डे फॉर वेरी small activities or someone's word. So it's about that. Poet wants to tell us the main value is that small moments creates big changes. This is the main value or a theme of this poem. We need to understand how these small things created big changes. So that's all for Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost. Thank you so much. If you like the video, please like, subscribe.